Good morning. I'm Dr. Susan Lewin. I'm a medical geneticist at the University of Utah in the Department of Pediatrics. And as you heard, I've spent a lot of time working with children with disabilities and in particular children with fetal alcohol spectrum disorder. The reason that I've done that is I think this is a group of children who are under-recognized and underserved. And what our job today is to try and prevent this from ever happening at all. As you know, alcohol is a legal substance. People always ask, well, why aren't you talking about cocaine and all the other substances? The fact of the matter is that alcohol causes far more brain damage than all other illicit drugs combined. And this is very well documented in animal models and in long-term study outcomes of children who are exposed. So I think it's important that we put some emphasis on preventing the use of alcohol during pregnancy. The Surgeon General has reiterated the fact that we don't know what the minimum amount of safe alcohol exposure during a pregnancy is. There's a lot of discussion in the literature about whether or not a little tiny bit of alcohol early on may not cause any problems. And that may be true for some people, but because we don't know whether myself or someone else might respond differently because of our genetic background, the recommendation is that no amount of alcohol during pregnancy is safe. The other thing I think is important to note is that fetal alcohol syndrome is now well known, but fetal alcohol spectrum disorder is not, and only about a fifth, only about 20% of people who are exposed to a substantial amount of alcohol during pregnancy will be recognizable by any physical examination. Most people look like your kids and my kids, but they have organic brain damage that is lifelong and that often is not recognized and often does not respond to a lot of the systems that are in place unless the child is understood to have organic brain damage. If we can prevent that at all, we will be saving an awful lot of people, an awful lot of misery, and we can try and help people to be successful. Fetal alcohol syndrome is common. As you heard already, it's the commonest preventable cause of any mental retardation in this country. And because it's preventable, we hope that we won't see it for much longer. The other thing about it, though, is that the very wide spectrum makes it difficult to diagnose. There's still physicians who think it's okay for moms to drink a little bit or drink while they're nursing. These are not okay. We don't know, again, what the background risk is for individuals' tolerance and response to alcohol. There are a whole bunch of things. Most of the people with fetal alcohol spectrum disorder are missed. And as you know, Utah has the highest incidence of autism spectrum in the country. I don't think we know yet, but it's a study that we should look at a little bit, is to see what small percentages of those people may have fetal alcohol spectrum disorder as a cause for their autistic spectrum disorder. Oh, I know, I had one other thing I really wanted to say and to emphasize. The fact that only 20% of people will have a recognizable facial appearance or birth defects that may bring them to the attention of physicians for evaluation is a very important fact for people to recognize. If parents are having difficulties with children that are thought to be due to some other cause, then I think we need to evaluate them for possible fetal alcohol. In our state, we think that about one child with fetal alcohol spectrum disorder is born per week, which is lower than the national average. There are lots of, as we said, there's lots of good things about Utah, and this is one of them, but it's still 52 new kids who are potentially going to have problems over their lifetime. And so the other point about this is that we adopt a lot of kids, and we adopt a lot of kids from Eastern Europe and Russia, where fetal alcohol syndrome is extraordinarily common, and people need to know that and have their kids evaluated for that if they come. As we prevent, hopefully this will be a disappearing meeting that we won't have to talk about in the future. Thank you.